Welcome back to the Back in Time podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Autry, joined by my co-host, JD. JD, how you feeling today, man?
Hello, I'm feeling good. How are you?
I don't know that accent. I
I
don't know
don't
what you're
think that's
doing.
an accent. I don't know what I'm doing either. I'm
Okay.
I'm good, Kyle. It seems every time that we record, it seems like it's been forever since we've last recorded. So I'm
Yeah.
super excited to jump into what we've got on the plate tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. And before we do, which this episode is going to be The Last Dragon, episode 245, we are counting down to episode 250. Ooh, a little Scott Hall tribute for you. Too sweet. Uh, here's my thoughts before we get into it. We got a little news today. I don't know if you've been on Twitterverse, but the announcement came out. Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel has been greenlit from Sony. How are you feeling about the news, man?
I did see that. There was a lot of news on the Twitterverse today. A lot of
Yeah.
little factoids going on as our new overlord is taking over. Shout out! I know you're listening, Mr. Musk. Um,
Yeah.
but no, I mean that specifically. I enjoyed Afterlife.
Yeah.
I'm
I did
very
too.
curious to where they could potentially go and how they would just use what we saw as a launching pad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't think I could write the next one for them.
Did you stay for the after credit scenes? Did I tell you to stay for that?
No, I think I missed it.
Okay. So the last scene of the movie is Winston opens up the doors to the firehouse and he brings the car in and then he like walks by, touches the hood and he's like, "That's all right, girl. We're going to get you cleaned up nice and good." And then he goes inside and Annie Potts' character, Janine, is in there and he's kind of explaining how he's built this empire and that she's like, and then I know that you've been, fronting Ray's bookstore. And he's like, oh, one day Ray's going to turn a profit. So he's been fronting that business. He's really successful. I think that this movie takes place in New York. I think it surrounds Winston, which it rightfully should. It's his turn to get some shine. I don't think we're going to see Bill Murray back, but I do think we will see Dan Aykroyd. I do think we'll see Annie Potts. And fingers crossed, God willing, somebody doesn't sock him in the face when he gets off the train in New York. Maybe a little bit of Rick Moranis.
Fingers
I'm
crossed for sure, man.
I'm
What?
I'm convinced. Do you remember him getting slugged a couple
Oh
years ago?
yeah,
I'm
that was
100% convinced that he was there to audition or was there for a movie. He got punched in the face and was like, "I'm going back to Canada. Peace out."
yeah. I mean I've never been jumped, maimed
Yeah,
before. I that has to be a harrowing experience. There's no
yeah,
way that's fun. I mean,
hmm
I've stubbed a toe and that sucked.
yeah. Yeah, so there we go. Ghostbusters Afterlife. There's a lot of other information coming out of Sony. We won't get into all of that. I will say, you have to. I think it's worth watching the entire thing. But there's a doc on Netflix right now called Bad Vegan. If you do nothing else, watch the first 3 minutes. I think you'll love this. It's this like typical New York guy and he's like arguing with clearly like an ex-girlfriend and he's like, "Listen, you'll know two things about me. Number one, I love you. Number two, I'm not somebody you fuck with." All week I've been saying that to my wife and it's driving her nuts. I'm like, "Number one, I love you." It's just the
Yeah,
freaking
but
change
here's
in
the thing.
tone
Here's the
kills me.
thing, Kyle.
Yeah.
I've been fucking with you for so many years.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Messing with you, hiding your shit,
Sure have.
going to your house and going into your shower and switching your shampoo and your conditioner, and you probably don't even notice.
No, not a bit. Oh, real quick. Real quick. I gotta do something. I gotta write. I have to right or wrong. Give me a sec. Okay. A while back, we had a discussion on this podcast, and you swore up and down that you had purchased me a record for my birthday. Do you recall this conversation?
I do. I was miffed.
I called you a liar. I told you I had never seen said album. Looky what I found up in the attic.
I don't know. Listen, Kyle, if I tell no lies when I speak
$8.
truth.
You spared no expense. $8.
Oh
I
my
appreciate
gosh.
it.
Yeah. Well, have you listened to it?
I don't own a record player. I guess I need to get one.
Well, I mean, it's the trendy thing to do 10 years ago.
Yeah. You have one though, right?
I do.
Yeah. Next time I come to your place, I will for sure remember to pack this.
Hell yeah.
What about the lake house? They have a record player at the lake house?
They don't, but I mean, I'm sure we can get
Maybe
one
you could
for
bring one.
cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
And listen to okay, I can say that they do have the Google Home throughout the entirety of the place, so we can at least listen to the Lost Boys soundtrack.
Yeah, but we got to play the album. There's a big difference with vinyl and digital music, and don't even at me. Don't at me, bro.
I know, I agree. You can't beat that.
Right. As I'm arguing that vinyl's better, but I don't own a record player, I'm an idiot.
No.
All right,
yeah, you're a poser.
Total poser. So real quick, thank you guys for hitting the download button on today's podcast. If you're new to the show, we appreciate you dropping by. If you're an old listener, we appreciate you sticking around through the thick and the thin. Wow, 250 episodes. We are coming up on our 5-year anniversary. I think this is the year we should do a gift. We should do a gift exchange between the two of us. We put a limit on how much, and we open them live on air.
I kind of like that idea. I very much like that idea. It's because you're a good person. You're a bad friend, but you're a good person.
I'll get you something nice. You'll get me something incredibly dumb, but I'll act like I'm really happy.
Okay, as you show the audience a present that I bought you that you don't even remember getting.
If the gift that keeps on giving, thou shalt not fall. Cry little sister. God, I do love this. I actually have it up on my shelf now.
Good man.
Loud and proud now.
Finally.
Right out of the closet I come.
We'll put what is that? August?
Yeah.
Okay. Done.
Coming
it's happening. Gift exchange.
I want to say August 8th. I don't know. That might be it might be maybe the 8th or the 14th. I can't remember which day it was. One of those.
It was so two things. Shout out, first of all.
You'll know two things about me.
First of all, Kyle, I love you. I don't understand reference, but I speak Russian. George, so our good friend George Warren messaged me the other day, and he was like, hey, he's like, I don't know if you guys have ever done it. I don't think you have. And he sent me a gift from Major Payne. And I was like,
episode 5.
I was like, come on. Episode 5 in our archives. Hi, Dave.
Episode 5. I actually pulled it up real quick just for reference. Our first ever episode published on YouTube, August 12th, 2017, Jurassic Park. And then Major Payne came out in September of that year. So yeah, it's been out for quite a while. Now I will say this, and we can talk about this on air, or we can talk about it off air. Right now, we only have 100 hours of storage on this platform. So we only have like 100 episodes up. So if we want, we need to invest into it, but we could up it and put more episodes on there. But we'll have to discuss that if we want to invest into it.
As they say, we'll take it offline.
We'll take it. Put a pin in it. We'll circle back around. We'll take it offline. Cool. All right, let's get to the reason we're here, man. 1985 was a great year. Obviously, me and you were both born that year, which makes it great. And this movie was made in 1985 as well. It is a 1985 American martial arts comedy film. And honestly, JD, I've never watched this movie. This is a recommendation from our guest of the month, Paranormal Pat. Shout out to Paranormal Pat. Have you watched this movie before? What is your first memory?
No, I have no memory. I never heard
None.
of it until Pat brought it up.
Okay.
I've
So this
never.
has flown under your radar. It is considered a cult classic. There is a following for this movie, and we're going to discuss everything right on this episode. In fact, we're going to watch this trailer for the very first time right now. JD, you ready?
Let's
Well,
rock
real,
and or roll.
real quick, before we do, for those who missed the podcast last month, because I'm still loading up the clip here, buy us a couple minutes, JD. Fill our audience in a little bit on what they missed out on the podcast.
Shit, I don't remember.
Has it been that long? It's been 84 years.
No, we did People Under the Stairs, right?
Yeah, People Under the Stairs. We also had, most recently we should plug top 5 slaps in movies. I got to be honest, and this is disappointing. It really is. It's one of our least downloaded shows ever on the podcast. I don't know why. It was such a fun episode.
It was great. We had Big Ben on it.
Yeah.
Audience, if you're new and you haven't experienced what Big Ben brings to the table, go check him out.
As he would say, so guess the fuck what? He's a motherfucking angry dad. You can watch this shit. You can listen to it. All that stuff. I can't even do his shtick anymore.
That was very piss poor. I mean, you have to be. Guess the motherfucking. Oh, sorry, Ben. If you're listening, I do not mean to be.
Right.
Please do not shoot, punch, slap, or kick me in the nuts.
No.
Guess the motherfucking beat the motherfucking fourth power, angry dad motherfucker.
That wasn't bad.
Thank you.
I like that. That was pretty good. Okay. Yeah. So I've got the clip loaded up. We are ready to rock and roll here. So let's go ahead and I'm going to hit play on this and we'll be back on the other side. Enjoy. Eating some coleslaw to the extent.
She eats salad. That's all she eats.
Hold on. Ain't this a bitch?
She eats salad. That's all she eats.
So here's what had happened was I screen recorded the trailer. I only recorded the audio of me and my wife watching a show in the background. So let's go old school with this. Now, only people watching this live are going to actually hear this part. Let's pull up the trailer, JD, on our phones.
Let's watch salad. That's all she eats.
Yeah, we were talking about an anorexic girl on one of those Jersey shows that she watches, like Housewives or something.
You all watch, because now you've outed yourself as a reality TV man.
I watched 2 minutes of it, made fun of it, and then walked up here. Yeah.
To use the bathroom.
God, shit a brick after that one. I just texted it to you, by the way.
Yeah, I got it. I'm pulling it up.
So we'll go classic throwback with this one. I'll give us the old 3, 2, 1, and we'll hit play and watch this thing together.
Excited.
Let me know when you're ready.
I've got it queued up. I'm ready to hit play.
All right, cool. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Vanity. Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, directed by Michael Schultz, a Motown Productions picture from TriStar.
Okay. JD, you get the first word. What did you think about the trailer?
Holy shit, that's the best trailer we've ever watched. Oh my goodness. How have there was moments where I was like, I think I've seen this before. So
Right.
maybe it was between memes or just ongoing online jokes that I just not realized what it was from. But is this not the perfect mix from the trailer? Pat, I hope that you're a slam dunk here of Beverly Hills Cop meets Big Trouble in Little China.
Couldn't be more right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm watching this thing. First off, the voiceover guy, fantastic. Second of all, it's so serious. He's like, and he's a kung fu master in the rhythm of the night. It's like, what? Hold on, what? Why are they Motown? Okay, kung fu, Motown. What's not to like? I'm excited, man. Holy crap, I'm excited.
It's all about the glow.
It's all about the glow. Yeah, these I can tell you right now, when we get to the end of this, I'm gonna go, well, some things didn't quite hold up. But and that's gonna be one of them is the special effects. But other than that, holy crap. This looks solid.
I can't. Oh my God, Pat. I please. I hope you're watching. I hope you're listening. Thank you for this.
It's going to be the gift that keeps on giving the whole year, Clark.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hey, folks.
Tip of the old moose to you. Now, let's talk a little box office numbers, JD. So, this movie debuted at theaters on March 22nd, 1985, with a runtime of 1 hour and 49 minutes. It would spend about 40 weeks inside the box office and just over 1,000 theaters it opened up. It was distributed by TriStar Pictures. And opening weekend, JD, number 4 at the box office, bringing in $5.2 million. And then in the second week, they would drop a couple spots down to number 7. But their weekend total, 3.1 million, which brought their 10-day total to $9.8 million. And that was against their $10 million budget. So basically, they made their money back in 10 days. Do you think the schoolyard effect was in play for The Last Dragon?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt, yes. Because I am so fully torqued to watch this movie now. And the way that Pat has built it up, like if I was in at recess and we were playing Foursquare and someone was like, Guy, have you seen The Last Dragon? I'd be like, this is amazing. Take my lunch money because I'm going to go see this movie right now.
Yep, absolutely. And here's the thing. You're not wrong. There was a little bit of schoolyard effect. This movie did hang around for 6 weeks inside the top 10. In fact, after the second week, it went to number 3. So it actually went from 4 to 7 to 3, and then to number 6, and then 2 weeks at the number 9 spot. And then it looks like they dropped down theaters, but it hung around for another 34 weeks inside theaters. Just the little engine that could. So the $10 million budget was recouped. Their domestic gross all in $25,754. $754,284. So almost 2.5 times on their investment there. What do you think about the domestic totals here?
Again, audience, without having actually watched the movie, I feel like that's a good Blumpkin.
Solid. We haven't heard that word in a while. Solid Blumpkin. And I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought this might be a little Monster Squad-ish when it came to the numbers. I was expecting maybe a flop and then caught on, I should say, with Blockbuster.
Catch on, Kyle.
Can you catch that for me real quick? I thought it was going to be a Blockbuster HBO late night movie success type of film, but pleasantly surprised. That's cool. let's talk about what was playing in theaters the week this thing opened. So let's travel all the way back. March 22nd. We're what, 20 to 30 weeks in the belly of our parents.
Oh man, I've been born for 12 days at that point.
Oh, you had been born already. That's right. You're March 10th. I forgot.
That day,
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not quite, I wasn't quite ready to come out of the oven, but I was getting there. Number one movie that weekend, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. Solid pick. Number two, one of my favorites, definitely a future episode. I don't know that we'll actually get to the third one, but Porky's Revenge, the third film in the Porky's franchise, was number two. God, I love some Porky's. Number three, Mask. Number four, The Last Dragon. Number five, Baby, Secret of the Lost Legend. Number six, speaking of, Beverly Hills Cop. Number seven, Witness. Number eight, The Breakfast Club in week 6. Number 9, The Sure Thing. And number 10, The Killing Fields. Pretty solid overall week at the box office, JD. What do you think about our top 10?
Yeah, there's a few on there that I don't know The Killing Fields.
I don't either.
Yeah. I mean, again, I was 2 weeks old during this time period. I've seen a lot of these ones. Beverly Hills Cop in our archives is a slam dunk of an episode. Shout out back to our last month guest of George Warren with People Under the Stairs. He joined us for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And he's always a treasure.
Yeah. Well, The Killing Fields apparently was a biography.
Yes, that's not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea at all. The Sure Thing, though, that was a MGM film. Walter Gibson, a university freshman going through a dry spell. His old buddy arranges a sure thing for him in California. Okay.
Yeah,
comedy, drama, romance. Okay.
That's very 1985 for you, audience. If you're flying under the radar in terms of having some gray in your feathers and your beak,
yeah,
the 80s were just full of this.
Somewhere Chris Clues is going, you guys don't know The Sure Thing? Come on, guys.
Yeah, we need
get
to
it together.
Sorry, Chris. I hope you're listening. Sorry. Miss you.
Chris.
Socrates.
Really do. All right, cool. Well, let's move on into the critic and audience response to the movie. So as we always do on this episode, JD is going to take a complete stab at this and try and guess how this film was received by the critics and by the audience. JD, start with the critics for me. Give me number first, and then give me your explanation. I'm going to throw you on the spot. What do you got?
Okay, 47.
Okay.
Explanation. I've never seen this movie. I have no effing clue what to expect. I think this is, outside of Free Willy, the first movie that we've covered that I've really never, ever seen.
You're actually not far off. That was a pretty good, completely blind guess there, because this movie actually was a 59%. So
I wish I was a little closer. But again, I have no freaking idea. This trailer, and seeing the trailer, I think that the audience probably responded a lot more positively than the critics.
What's your guess?
So 59 for critics.
Yeah.
78.
Pretty darn close again. 86.
Damn it. I was going to say 83, and then I took myself down a notch.
Never take yourself down a notch. You're already pretty far down there. So
bottom rung. They call me bottom rung JD.
There you are. Well, let's hear from a couple of the critics. So Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times said, it's so entertaining that I could almost recommend it if it weren't for an idiotic subplot about a gangster and his girlfriend, a diversion that brings the movie to a dead halt every 8 or 9 minutes. Okay. I kind of look forward to that. I feel like that's what makes this movie awesome, is that it makes no sense at all.
I'm totally okay with that. In our archives, The Mask. I mean, I feel like he had similar complaints.
Yeah, he gave it 2.5 out of 4 stars. Not a bad review. Now his cohort later on, Gene Siskel, who was at the Tribune, said The Last Dragon is first and foremost a romantic comedy, and a very sweet one at that, and that's why its martial arts combat scenes work so well. We've been given enough time to care about who's kicking the stuffing out of whom. 3.5 out of 4 stars.
Goodness.
I love that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my damn.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good. And then one last one here. Jay Carr of the Boston Globe was also a fan. I don't have a rating for it though. He said it's slick Motown stuff, shrewdly kept on a brightly colored comic strip level so that its silly plot and wild swings between the dancing feet and the flying fist don't seem to matter as much as the attractiveness of the two leads. I wasn't expecting this. Apparently, this movie, Kung Fu, Song and Dance, rom-com. Didn't see it coming.
Oh my God. I can't. Pat, thank you.
Yep.
Maybe I'll hate you later when we get on the full episode, but my goodness.
Yeah. I would add, my next question is always, what are you looking forward to next? I think we're both looking forward to everything. We have no clue. There's no expectations. We're excited. We're expecting to see a funny, wildly weird movie. And I'm jacked up about it. All jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Yeah, well, hey, what's your favorite baby Jesus?
Yeah. The only thing you ever do is make a hot darter. That's it. That is it.
Well, I like to party.
Yeah. All right, man. That's it. You got anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, but tweet at us what movie we were just quoting, and if we have any t-shirts, Kyle will send you one.
I have none. I wish I did. A side note, side quest. I was going through my drawer the other day, found one, and I was like, why did I stop making these? I don't know. I like the shirt.
Because nobody bought any.
We sold a couple Blumpkins.
So Dave bought one.
I think we sold 2. If I'm being honest, I think we sold 2. One was the Big Ben.
I was going to guess Big Ben.
Because he's a G like that. He was like, oh, you guys are selling something? Of course I'm going to support you. Here you go. And then he was like, I have a shirt out. And I'm like, but I'm cheap. So I'm so tight you can hear me squeak. Now, the other thing is, I don't remember who the second person was. If you're out there, I'm sure we know who you are. You're probably a longtime listener, probably one of our good buddies. And I'm drawing a blank on the name. I never got around to sending Dave a shirt. I wanted to, but we stopped making them before I could get around to it.
So basically,
and we owe Pat a shirt. So
what I'm hearing is audience, longtime friends,
yep,
haters, lovers,
easy,
Kyle admitting that
easy.
He's an asshole.
Okay, went too far.
I
even tried to pump your brakes, and you still went there.
Listen, man. Gonna just gonna slap you. Gonna slap the brown off your teeth.
I was preparing an oops. I thought you were gonna get inappropriate there. Okay.
And then I was gonna tell you to go ahead and stick that stick right up. Yeah, that happened.
And that's how we ended. Thank you guys for listening. As always, you can subscribe on all the major platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Spreaker, Anchor. I mean, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're on there. You can subscribe right here on YouTube by hitting that bell notification and the subscribe button. And if you want to follow us on social media, you can do that at Back in Time Pod, Twitter, Instagram, Back in Time Podcast on Facebook. JD is TikToking over at TikTok. I'm kidding. He doesn't even know what TikTok is. He's an old bastard and an old grumpy fart. And thank you guys for listening. Have a good rest of your night. See ya.
Peace.